If you are trying to grow your coaching business and you're either tired of social media or you're posting regularly and not seeing results, you might be wondering, is it actually possible to get coaching clients without relying on social media? The answer is yes, but not in the way that most people think. If we haven't met before, I'm Jo Lott, a business coach, and I help qualified coaches get clients with honesty, not hype. I have built my own coaching business over the last 6 years, and I have supported hundreds of coaches to do the same through my program, The Business of Coaching. Let me start with this. You don't need social media to get clients, but you do need visibility. You need to build trust and you need to have conversations. Social media is just one way of doing that, and it's not the only way. Actually, for many coaches, it's not even the most effective way in the first few years of your business. The first place I always look with clients is their existing network. And I know this can feel uncomfortable because often we are worried about friends, family, former colleagues seeing us and thinking, who do they think they are, or all this kind of thing. And we're far more afraid of that than what strangers think online. But here is what I see again and again. People haven't always told their network really clearly what they do, who they help, or how they can help you. And that is really a missed opportunity because your network already knows you. So you have built that trust already. One of the first things I advise clients to do is to really explain simply and clearly what they do now. And we're not talking just as a list of services, but really through their story, why this matters to them, why they have chosen this path, but also really tangibly what they can help with in problem and result terms. That is really what people will connect with. And beyond that, relationships grow your business, not just one-off messages, thoughtful, ongoing connection. I met somebody around 6 years ago now who would regularly send me useful resources, the things he genuinely thought I might be interested in. He didn't ask me to buy his services. He just kept in touch with me, and not in a sleazy way, but because of sending thoughtful articles and different things that he did over those years, he has always stayed top of mind. And whenever an opportunity comes up, I always think of him straight away because essentially he has paid into the value bank of me, and evidence shows that we feel this reciprocity to pay that back. And that is how referrals happen. Not through harassment and pressure, but through genuine care and really keeping in touch with people. The second big area you can focus on is speaking. This is one of the fastest ways to build trust. Instead of someone seeing one post on social media, they really get to experience you. They hear how you think, they understand how you work, and they get a sense of what it would be like to be coached by you and to hang out with you. I have spoken at events and training organisations and groups, and often a large percentage of people who contact you afterwards are genuinely interested in working together. This is because the trust has already been built, and I've seen this with clients too. One of my clients built a 6-figure coaching business without any social media at all. She focused on networking, speaking, and being known in the right rooms consistently. This wasn't a magic pill. This was over a year or two of her showing up all of the time and building those relationships. Another powerful route is partnerships. So who already has access to your ideal clients? And how can you maybe work together? This might be speaking to their audience, maybe running a joint session together, referring clients to each other. And I have seen this work really well when it's done with consideration that it's a win-win for both parties. So a genuine collaborative relationship between the two of you where both of you are likely to refer the other person. Then there is content, and this isn't always the kind that most people think of. I'm talking about long form content here. So things like blogs, podcasts, YouTube, content that really allows people to understand how you think, because that is what builds depth. And social media can be quite surface level. Things move quickly, posts disappear. You get their attention for 1 second or 2 if you're lucky, whereas long form content stays for so much longer. Someone can find a podcast episode or a blog post or YouTube video years later and still connect with it. A lot of my business has come from a blog post I wrote maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, and it now is number 1 on Google for how to start a coaching business. And that is because it was an amazing piece that is really, really helpful. I didn't even know about SEO when I created that blog post. So really think about, what do people really want to know about, and share that in your long form content. Then people will be able to trust you because they have spent more time with you and you have helped them to make progress. Finally, let's talk about email. Your email list is one of the most valuable things that you can build, because these people have chosen to hear from you. They have taken a step to opt in. Therefore, they are more engaged. And when you share something, they are more likely to respond. But of course, you do need a way to grow that email list. That can come from speaking, events, content, partnerships. It doesn't only have to come from social media. So if I step back and simplify all of this, getting clients without social media comes down to being known, being trusted, and being remembered. So keep asking yourself, what are the ways that I can do that? And they all require one thing, which is consistency and a plan. Not doing something once or being told that you can grow your business without social media without telling you what else you need to be doing. But whatever you choose, you do need to go into it with full energy and real enthusiasm to build those relationships over time. What doesn't tend to work is trying lots of different things without sticking to any of them for long enough for them to work, or avoiding visibility altogether because it feels uncomfortable, or waiting until everything feels ready before putting yourself out there, because that moment rarely comes when everything is ticked off. So if social media doesn't feel like your path, that is okay. But the question then becomes, how are you going to be visible instead? Where are your people already gathering? How are you intending to build trust? And how are you going to stay top of mind? Because that is what leads to clients. If you would like help with this and you are planning your next quarter, you can download my free Coaches Planner, which will take you step by step through the steps of clarity and visibility. You will find the link to the free digital version in the show notes, and you can also buy it on Amazon as well. You will also find the link to the Amazon version in the show notes. It is designed to help you to take action straight away and start building momentum. Thank you for listening to today's episode. And like I always say, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed.